So hello and welcome one and all on a night which is anything but welcoming. The rain is tumbling down here, you can see it against the floodlights. It gives an added sense of drama to a game which was already in itself deemed dramatic. The conditions here will play a substantial part. This is Peter Drury and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. The strains of the national anthem of Brazil. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
Well, at least on the face of it, Peter, there's very little at stake in this.
But, Jim, but...
Well, it still gives ample opportunity for some fringe players to make their case. So I'm inclined towards something that's still high in intensity, in conviction, in tempo even. And that's not a bad thing.
There's the whistle, and here we go. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Brahim Diaz is someone who had a very interesting football education, Peter. He spent time in his youth, both in Manchester and Madrid, and he's had a real elite upbringing. And it's easy to see why those schools of thought have had an influence on his game. He's very intelligent with his movement, he's hard to dispossess. He does have a tendency to maybe be overly ambitious at times, but I'm sure he'll sort that out.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. And he's picked it up out wide. And it's been hooked away. They're back in possession and ready to go again. And that is out and behind. It's a good block. Good effort. No, he didn't quite meet it right.
That was really good pressure. They did enough to put him off in the end.
Unahi. Adli. And Unahi. And here's En-Nesyri. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Now it's Rafinha. Shapes to shoot! Goal! Brazil! A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Morocco finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Brahim Diaz. It'll be a throw-in. It's a good-looking delivery. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Linton. More and more pressure on the ball here. He's on it. Can he get away? That is good pressure. Just hounded him off it. Danilo. Rafinha. Now it's Linton. And here's Rafinha. Elects to cross. And he shoots! Good movement there, but not the best of finishes.
Well, it really shouldn't be allowed to happen again. It needs to be dealt with at source.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Mazraoui receives it in a wide position. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. Brahim Diaz plays it short. Crosses it in. Oh, great header! And that's a good finish. That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
Oh, super header, wonderfully acrobatic.
Well, he had a choice to make. He could have gone with his foot, but he got it absolutely right with that diving header. Brilliant.
Danilo. And it's Paquetá. Rafinha. He's rising! Oh, split-second reaction.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
This possibly the last play of the half. Aguirre attempts a clearance. So a temporary halt to the action. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying.
Discipline from their players.
Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half. So it's back to business.
Brazil are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
He's got away. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Drives it in. He leaps for it. That needed to be better, and he knows it.
I thought the wing work was A1. The defending and finishing was anything but.
Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge.
To back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Linton. From Pedro. Amrabat. Not too much to add on here, just a minute. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's En-Nesyri. And that is that. There is only one way to decide this now. So there was to be no definitive result.
Well, it was a pretty engaging game that flew by. The separation now is left to penalties.
So we've gone as far as we can go, and this will now be decided by penalties. It's almost time. Neymar is first to take the long walk. Great stop! And the keeper punches the air. Wow, talk about coming up with the goods.
Well, Peter, I think he did well to hold his nerve then. Probably gave him that important edge.
Made it look easy.
Looks like he's done it 1,000 times. Never looked like missing.
Brazil looking to keep step. Dispatched emphatically.
Brilliantly done. Never took his eye off the keeper either.
So on to the second man. Oh, great save! That is a great save! João Pedro is third in line. And he's fired it in.
I don't think there was ever any doubt really, Peter. Certainly not in his mind.
Now it is the turn of the captain. No! Denied remarkably!
Well, he had a little look at the goalkeeper and maybe that put him off.
Brazil are putting real pressure on here if they put this away. That's a brilliant read. That is how you answer the call.
Gamesmanship or not, Peter, whatever he did worked a treat.
Great penalty, outwitted the keeper.
Looks like he's done it 1,000 times. Never looked like missing.
Bruno Guimaraes, last of the original five to walk forward.
Well, any penalty converted is a good penalty, so he did his bit there. We're talking about a pressure penalty.
He has saved it and he has won it. So in the end they just about prevailed. All the emotional torture and travails worth it in the end. So Jim, quite a game, decided in the end in the only way it could have been.
Brazil probably deserved that on the overall balance of things, Peter. They always seemed more comfortable.